What's going on, everybody? This is Super Robot, and today we have in front of you none other than the Transformers Legacy United Beast Wars universe, MAGMATRON. Now, MAGMATRON is not just from any Beast Wars universe. He's from more or less kind of the Japanese, kind of their take on the Beast Wars universe, simply because there were not enough episodes in the Beast Wars series at the time for them to make a full series. So they made their own version of Beast Wars in between, I could just say, the first two seasons of Beast Wars and then the third season. That is the fact. So in this release, we have Beast Wars 2nd, and then we got Beast Wars Neo. Now, Beast Wars 2nd introduced a few new characters, but reused a lot of the older Beast Wars molds. So in particular, we caught Beast Wars 2nd Galvatron along with Beast Wars 2nd Lao Convoy. And he's Lao Convoy. I don't know nothing else. And then, of course, all of the same characters were used, remolded, things of that nature. But a lot of the molds from Beast Wars the 2nd were not brand new. In fact, they were taken from a lot of canceled figures, mainly canceled figures from G2. These were supposed to be like the auto-transforming gimmick characters. So a lot of Beast Wars the 2nd gave you some unreleased stuff, too. Different recolors of some of your Beast Wars characters. Some exactly the same. Apache, I believe. But, Beast Wars Neo gave us a little bit different, a lot of different repaints of certain characters. We also got a few new characters like Long Rack, Guile Dart, which was remolded into Killer. Was it Killer Saber Kill, something like that? The purple one, Killer Punch. And then they used him in the Beast Machines Dinobots, but that was an original mold. You had, of course, you had the main star of the show, which was, of course, the original Magmatron, and, of course, Big Convoy, which we will see in this video. Now, the thing is, in the original toy, Big Convoy and Magmatron were the same size. Well, this toy being Commander class, it actually gives us a better perspective that they weren't the same size. In fact, Magmatron was kind of a beast. He's actually a lot better than Galvatron from Beast Wars 2nd. But still, man, he tried his hardest, man. I ain't gonna give away spoilers, but the dude was not a quitter. He wasn't one of those run away and fight the tomorrow type Decepticon Destron leaders, more or less. We'll believe they're the Predacons here, or I forgot what they're called in the Japanese lore. I don't think they're Predacons. They're more or less. I guess they are. I forgot now. I thought they were Destrons, but anyway. Or Destorons or something like that, but that's beside the point. Not going to go all the way into the lore. I do have this. It is in a giant bin in my son's room. On top of that bin is all of his wrestling boxed figures. Now, I could go in there and sift through that giant bin, but I said I ain't going to do it. But if we decide to go through it, we may do the review of the original, barring I can see or mostly retrieve all of the parts to it, because in that bin there's a lot of toys that I didn't realize I gave to them, but I did. And we go through them to help me out with reviews. Now we're done with that. We're going to talk about the figure. Enough is enough. I don't want to turn this into an hour review. It's really not an hour for this toy. We're going to move some of these things out of the way just for a second so we can look at the box. And please forgive me, y'all, because I got to move the camera out of my way just a little bit here. And the box is really nice. It's, the typical Commander box. Though it is a little bit smaller than the average. I believe it is. Or I could be wrong. It does get real close to Leader. Because, it seems like it's smaller. I don't know. We're not going to go through all that. Because, let me see. Let me see. Is it smaller? No, it's the same size. Okay. All right. Moving on. All right. Well, I thought, it just seemed, I don't know. Maybe it just seems that way because I want it to be smaller, I guess. Now I got to fix that part. Anyway, he is 3-in-1. Here he is in the front holding the sword with the blast effects. We suggest you don't do that. I'm just going to tell you that. No. It does not make for a good time. I'm going to turn around to the back because I'm sure we've seen the side. So this thing is in the 40th year Transformers. They don't have the steps on here this time, but he got all, you see him, boy, you see him here, and, he do look good, and I'm not going to lie. He's impressive, man. Just plain impressive. The review is going to be a little different since I have not decided I want to look for this thing at the moment. So the review is going to be a comparison with similar characters, and the lore behind it is that big convoy is on the way. He heard the threat of 3 figures from his universe, so he dispatched 3 similar characters to combat it while holding them off until he arrives on the planet. And so we're going to do the comparison, but we're going to show off the figures first, and that's basically the box. The instructions are here as well, so that we have instructions. And yeah, I don't use these anyway. You don't use them. Nah, man, I don't use them dang on instructions. You use instructions. I don't know. I just figure it out, figure it out. All right. So let's go over what we got, and then we're going to look at the accessories, and we're going to tell you what's going to be staying and what's not going to be staying. So we will not be doing transformations on screen at all. Sorry, I just can't. But we're going to show off what we get. So we get we're going by the Japanese names, because that's what I know. We get the Gigantosaurus, which is also known as the Landsaurus. We get the Quasicontus, which is also known as the Skysaurus. And we get the Elamosaurus, which is also known as the Seasaurus. Among these, we get the blast effects, which are in purple. We get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 blast effects. And then we get these 2 swords, which he never had in the original. He only had 1 sword. But you can use these swords in his hand. He's got these little, I don't know who he gonna cut down with these little blades, but these blades is not going to cut anyone. I use them because first things first, we're gonna talk about this thing right here so we can get it out the way. It's the Quasicontus, which is not a pterodactyl or pteranodon. This is basically a creature from either, I believe, the Aztecs, if I'm not mistaken. It's not Inca. It's definitely Aztec. So he's more actually technically kind of like a sky god. Seriously. And the wings are super soft. And this is also mainly the head. And yeah, we're going to show it off and we're going to do comparisons. But yeah, the wings are very soft. And we're going to look at it from the top. So he's red. He's red. No, we got to say that for the comparisons. But yeah, the wings are soft. So to combat that, you can store these pieces up here. And I do kind of like it because it does kind of make it a little bit easier to handle. I know a lot of people been complaining, but I did kind of put a little bit of mineral oil on the sword, which is also an accessory which stores in the tail of the Landsaurus or Gigantosaurus. So we're going to put these on here because it does help to make the wings more stable. And yes, we're going to show that off in the comparison. The next creature that we're going to show off is the Elamosaurus or the Seasaurus, which is, of course, Nessie, my Loch Ness monster. And let me tell you, who the heck told y'all to leave this thing hollow like this, man? Hey, Hasbro. Come on, man. I mean, granted, I'm glad you fixed it because the original had this very goofy segmented, but this year is a problem. That's just me. But anyway, he do look good. He has we need to get some measurements, especially at him. You know what I'm saying? Let's get some measurements going here. Yeah, we got the ruler. The ruler. So from the head, man, he longer than the ruler. Dang, he's about 14 inches because this is 12 inches from the, yep. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, he's got, that good segmented neck, and, he's got he's strong. Then after that, we gonna show off, let's get the wingspan, because that's basically what we would need here. So the wingspan of this bad boy, he got a big wingspan, is about, he's got a 12-inch wingspan, y'all. Man, see this thing flying around your house, you know what I'm saying? And with the height as high as he could stand, let's see if we can get him as high as we can go here. And with the head, and let's just say height wise, he is about 6 inches, but it's expected he's smaller. Then of course now we have the Landsaurus, Saurus or the Gigantosaurus, which is pretty cool. Let's get some height here. And he is about 6-7 inches in height. And in width, he is about 4 inches wide. But now you can't extend it. And we're going to, no. Let's stop right here. Let's stop right here. All right. Hold on. Holla. Ooh, hold on now. So from here, we're going to do some comparisons with these molds right here. Because we got a lot of people we got to get back into their robot mode. And yeah, we're going to be back in 2 and 2. All right, we're back by YouTube Magic. And the first comparison that I wanted to do with the Elsmosaurus is with a Brontosaurus as well. They're not quite the same, but the Brontosaurus, if you know, he would get in the water, and quite a few times we've seen that in G1 episodes of Transformers, and he is a Saurus. So why not compare him to him? And in my story, basically, a big convoy sends out an SOS using some weird type of telepathy from time and space, and the only creature he could find that would be a suitable match to battle the sea Saurus here is, well, Sludge. And well, Sludge just goes off because me, Sludge, follow strongest leader always. And of course, yeah. So similarities, of course, with both of them being sea creatures makes perfect sense. So that's why I want to do that. And then now we'll show off the articulation here. So basically, he got these flippers that they're tight and you can swing them and they feel like they break, boy, but they tight. And you can hear them tight, but they're tight. And this feels solid. The plastic quality is nice, although this is soft. I mean, that's to be expected. They're flippers, right? But still. And then, of course, these front flippers, they move independently and they have like little mechanisms and things. And you know, they're on ball joints. So you could take them off and things like that. These, I don't see on ball joints. They're just on swivel. The tail doesn't really do anything. But it's the neck that does all of the work. And, of course, he has here, we get a good look at his smiley face. Like, you watch the smiling faces? Yeah, dude. And yeah, you know, he's got that evil look. So let's get a good look at him. He look evil and everything like that. Because after all, he's sea Saurus. But yeah, this is a nice little comparison here. Both of them have similarities. And we're going to see him again really soon in the next video coming up pretty soon. Because we got to do a slew of videos. But yeah, you can see there, that's a perfect match. So now we're going to move on to the next one, which is the Gigantosaurus, and on to the next universal person to try to stop the threat of Magmatron. Do it too. All right, we're back by YouTube Magic, and the next thing we have in front of you is basically the Landsaurus or Gigantosaurus versus none other than Target Edition T-Rex. Now, he was the next person from his universe to come down because, well, he turns into a Tyrannosaurus Rex, but he's going up against this big giant Gigantosaurus, which means he's just a giant Saurus. But as you can see here, they are very similar in size, and this is a leader class figure, if you did not know. And so, yeah, basically the legs and torso of Magmatron is the same size as a leader class, and the weights are very similar, although I do like the plastic used on this versus the soft rubbery plastic. But you know, over time you grow to appreciate that. And they're pretty much about the same size. And then we stated that he is a pretty home figure. But look at that. I mean, look at that. They are pretty much the same size. I mean, if you really want to stretch him out, now he does get a little bit hollow because you can see a lot of the elements of the chest and the waist of Magmatron, but you can, if you really want to, get a proper height. You can make him as tall as you want. And I mean, because of the fact that he has the modern articulation, he can pivot his legs so he can get even more of a dangerous look. And I think that's pretty cool. You know, let's get him to stand. And yeah, I mean, you know, come on, man. That's pretty good right there, man. Even, you know, homeboy about to get man, boy, you can imagine, because I don't want to keep him in these modes, neither one of them, but you know, imagine just fighting, yeah, you know what I'm saying? So, I mean, his height has increased. So let's take a good look at that real quick, and let's get poor T-Rex straighten out over here, man. I'm sorry, T-Rex, man. I didn't mean to do you like that, man. No boy, no boy ain't like you, man. A lot of people don't like him because of their paint apps and stuff. I actually like him because of the fact that, he is who he is. But yeah, I mean, you can get him to stand as high as 8 inches. And I mean, he's pretty, like, dude, I ain't gonna lie, like, he kind of looks scary, even though he's like a dinosaur. He looks a lot menacing than he does. Like, and I'm not talking about because of the colors. I'm just talking about, I guess maybe it's in the legs or something like that. But yeah, the similarities are there. But fantastic, man, just fantastic. Like I'm really, really impressed with this figure. We're gonna go over some of the details here so we can get some close-ups. So the legs have this kind of like hinge mechanism that you kind of create when you transform him into this, but he should always kind of be about that height so you could kind of cover up that gap. But I mean, it's your toy, your imagination. And we're going to show off the articulation real quick. As you can see the legs there. Now the tail does move left and right. See, he's got the waggle thing, and the sword is stored in here. Now to get the sword out, I know a lot of people say it gets stuck, which is BS. I haven't had that happen yet, and it just feels that way. But it's just being stuck right here. But most part, you know what I'm saying? A little bit of, like I said, some type of oil will kind of help to keep it from getting stuck there. And we're going to leave it out for the rest of the video because we're going to see this again. You're going to need this weapon soon. But yeah, let's take a look. Now, on the original, he did not have this white stripe, which is actually animation accurate to get the white stripe going through here. Also, you don't see like the chest part on the original, which would always kind of be like sticking out here. Let's get a close-up of the head sculpt real quick, and you can see there, and yes, the jaw is open, but not a whole lot. Like I think these guys open a little more if you angle the head right. Like you can get like a full, and I mean even there he's got like a tongue and everything. Whereas with him, you ain't getting no higher than that. There's no other opening. And then this faux chest, neck here that doesn't really go into anything. It just, gives him a neck and everything like that. The eyes are green. He has a pattern, which is, kind of like a scaly pattern there. I may have him slightly mistransformed, but as you can see here, and he's got silver, on his feet. And like I said, he's got feet in the feet, and then he's got little toe claw in the back here and things like that. So yeah, he's got he a big boy, you know what I'm saying? And I mean, he is as big as the leader class, which is crazy, man. And he's like, "No, I'm gonna eat your face," and homeboy's like, "Oh Lord," but you know what he gonna do? That man say, "Yeah," you know what I'm saying? Yeah, boy, over there. Y'all like, hey, you play the toys like that? Sometimes. So now we done got the review of the Landsaurus, Gigantosaurus out of the way. We're going to do one more, and that's going to be the Quasarcato, aka the Skysaurus. And of course, we'll always be back in 2 and 2. All right, and now we're back by YouTube Magic, and we will be comparing this with the Legacy. Is this is it Kingdom? I don't forget how far back this is. Actually, I think this is Kingdom. The Amazon Kingdom version of Deluxe Beast Wars Pterosaur, which you can only get from Amazon. I may have them transformed wrong. I don't know. I ain't transformed in a while. But there are very striking similarities as far as the colors, which are red, primarily gold, and his is mostly red with the yellow beak, but the similarities are there. Of course, he's more of a god, not an actual saurus, because Quasarcato is not it's a creature, but it's like a god, I guess. And of course, he's just a good old pterodon or pterodactyl, whichever one he is. But him got a lot bigger wingspan than him, boy. He's like I said, we garner him at being about 12 inches versus him is not even close. He's probably like maybe 6 or 7. Let's get a quick measurement here while we have the ruler. Okay, here's the ruler. Because the ruler, I have to tell you about the ruler one day, but I got the ruler back. So yeah, he is approximately close to 7 inches. So, as you can see here, he's definitely a deluxe. even with the wingspan, you could say he's probably deluxe size. But let's go over a few more things that we did not go over in the beginning part of the video. His wings do flap and these turn, and they do kind of do that because there's this little thing there. But they do turn, and the wing does do a 360. Like I said, it's very soft and pink underneath. There's the head. Let's get a close up now. The pupil there's just a yellow pupil there with the little thing on top. And of course the mouth opens, he's got a nice opening mouth there. He's got pink tongue, things like that. The wings, like I said, they've been here, and like I said, they're very soft, but with these, they kind of help give them stability. Nothing else moves here. The feet don't swivel per se, but they do move independently. The little hand claw things, they do move, unlike pterosaurs that are just molded in one piece plastic. He really does have a lot of articulation. His top part here has this kind of really glossy finish, which I think is pretty nice as well. So we pretty much got him. And let's see let's get one more type of height here, because I forgot about that. And then we're going to go on into getting them combined into the evil monster. And he is about 7.5 inches. That's about fair. So we're going to get all of the team players together, because they said, okay, we kind of got a little even battle here, even though he's a little higher tier, but in his, attributes of being a, still some type of, animal, he is kind of being matched with that guy. But he hold up, man, y'all boy don't know now. We don't play that, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, you got to bring all the key players back out here one more time so they know what's going on. And next thing we're going to do is get them into the combined beast mode. And of course, that's going to be in 2 and 2. All right, we're back by YouTube Magic, and we have MAGMATRON and his I don't know what it is, man. But it ugly, and then even they try to get into the battle too. They like, man, I can fit. Nope. Sludge like, you don't know what's going on here. And T-Rex is like, this is the best we can do. Pterosaur like, man, I'm staying behind you. I ain't trying to fight that thing. Whoo, boy, that's the thing. I don't even know a mama could love that, man. What do you even call this, man? Look, man. I mean, that's just something you see in a bad day, man. Like, you understand what I'm saying, man? The boy just formed this thing, man, and it's big and it's huge, and then it's like, it don't even make sense. It don't even got a name, man. They just form something, man. Gigants, what it's. But we gonna go over that mode real quick. We gonna say goodbye to them. You're not gonna see them anymore. Well, you're gonna see Sludge in a future video in a few moments. And of course, Pterosaur and T-Rex is like, we out of here. We can't do anymore. Big Convoy said it's time for him to step on the scene. But we're gonna go look at this, whatever mode this is, and we're gonna look at it. So basically, this is what we get, and it may not be perfect. And you know what? I really don't care, because getting it into this thing here has been crazy. But you have to use your imagination when you look at this and just go, yeah, it's something. I mean, can you imagine just walking outside and them boy like, okay, we got these beast transformers and stuff, and you see this cat, you hear about it was a giant flapping bird, and it was also a Giganosaurus, and it was a sea creature like Nessie in the water, and then all of a sudden, them boy just formed into this, man. Man, your life would be ruined, man. You're like, man, I quit. But this is how it looks. So it actually does look pretty good. It's articulated because the hands become feet. You know what I'm saying? So, they got this like really menacing look. And I mean, you can get, oh man, even from the top. I mean, I have the wings out because it does give him a more of like a dragon like an evil dragon or something like that, and the tail, you know, it's got like, you know, since it's a really a monster, it probably could shoot flames, like, you know what I'm saying? And you know, he probably sit up and be like, you know, is he dead? Is he dead? No, he ain't dead, man. He just laying down getting some sun. You know what I'm saying? He dead, but I mean, if these were all painted one color, then you would really see the effect of it. And actually, they did a really good job, even though you have these gaps. But think about how crazy this would look in real life. And let's get an idea of how tall, long he is. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, he's definitely longer than a foot. You know what I'm saying? Definitely. He's like 12 inches to right there. So let's see, bring him up so we can put the ruler. So he's about, that's 12. He's about almost 20 inches long in this mode. And I mean, you have the, you know, you can make this tail, even though it's really the, you know, we call it the, you know, the sea stars. But I mean, man, you can do some incredible things, man. But yeah, this thing here, yeah, it's definitely something you do not want to see every day of your life. Because if you did, you would probably be like, nah, man, man, I think I quit, man. I quit. I just quit. I quit everything. I quit drugs. I quit life. I quit drinking. Anything that could cause you, you know, like I say, you see stuff like this, I quit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, you probably give your life to the Lord twice. You know what I'm saying? You should have, but, you know, it's not all times. I know because some of y'all get me feelings, but I'm saying for those that believe, you know, hey, this ain't something you see in Revelation. But anyway, we're going to go ahead and get him into robot mode, and we're going to do some comparisons, and then we're going to call this video quick. This thing is going to be long, and of course, as always, 2 and 2. All right, we're back by YouTube Magic, and we have MAGMATRON in his alt robot mode, I guess. And we're going to go over articulation. Now, he's pretty big, so please bear in mind it's going to be a little difficult, but we're going to do the best we can. Now, here he is from the back, and yes, the tail does not collapse any further. I think you can take it. No, you can't. I'm not sure. No, he stays there. So basically, this is how he looks from the side, from the back. I mean, everything is clean, no gaps. It's a little difficult to get together, but once you get it together, you got him. So a few of gripes are mainly with these here in the way, but you can still do decent articulation. It's very strong ratchets. Now, when you transform him, we'll show that off. He kind of does get like a hydraulic looking system to make him look like robot legs. And you can see here at the feet, there are these things that stick up. The leg goes out to here, leg goes out to here. Again, very, very strong ratchets. Let's just go ahead. Yes, he can Van Dam. And of course, the arms go out to here. And he can do a 360. You can move those out the way. Oh, man, he's man, I wish I could find I mean, I know where it is. I got to get the reviews done. But basically, yeah, he does have a waist swivel. Kind of got to move some stuff out the way, but he does have one. So just keep that in mind. Let's see, what else are we missing here? The tail just swivels. He kind of get a little bit to get out of the way. What else? The head does not look up and down, but it does move. It will not do a 360. Still has the limitations of the original somewhat, but you can lift these up to get at least a little more articulation. And the way that the feet clip in, which has been a difficult time for me, but you know, the head can move, but it's not going to do like a 360 without messing up a lot. And these heads can still move independently if you want to lift that up and get like a crazy, you know, yes, this can move too. You gotta fold that down somewhat. But you can kind of get like a Monstar thing going on. That's what it kind of reminds me of, like Monstar a little bit in a sense. But you can kind of get that look if you want, like that guy. You know what I'm saying? He's one of my favorites, man. I mean, even back when I was collecting, this has absolutely been one of my favorites. I had to wait a while to pick him up, and I didn't get him until like 2001 to be exact, at BotCon Durham, as a matter of fact, when I got him. But you can see there, so pretty much he has open and closing hands. He has the feet swivel, thigh rotation, pretty much double elbow due to the transformation. And yeah, he looks, he's just really good. So there's so many swords he can hold in his hand, and we'll show those off first. And then we'll get the rest of the weapons out. We'll compare them to some, another commander class I have nearby. So let's go ahead and put these in his hands. So he's got these, I don't know what you call these, man. I'm not sure, but they don't, he's got these little, red blades of death. You know what I'm saying? Like red blades. I will chop you into little pieces. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they don't really, it should have been longer, but maybe safety laws. Let's get a quick measurement. Oh, let's look over the details first. All right. He has green. This green reminds me of the old Gundam green, and that's cool. He's this royal blue with the white plume. He's red up here. Let's look at the face sculpt real quick. It's going to be kind of hard to do, but we're going to do the best we can because we can. And yeah, you can see there, I love this toy. Hands down, I love this toy because of the fact that he just looks like something that would be like a Sentai or something. He doesn't really look Transformers. He kind of reminds me of some stuff from like the old school Machine Robot Revenge of Kronos and things like that. So let's get the measurements going. Because, boy, we got a lot to do. So he is, from the top of the head, about 9.5 inches. With all of the junk, he's about 10. We have a commander class on deck. And we're going to compare him with arguably the best, hands down commander class so far. And that's Commander Class Armada Optimus Prime. And yeah, you can see there, he is big. He is a big boy. I'm enjoying this. Let's just get a quick picture of that. Oh man, that is fantastic. Fantastic. Now we're going to pause for the cost. We can put the weapons on him, and then we're going to bring out some other toys for comparison. And of course, we'll always be back in 2 and 2. And we're going to wrap it up because I got more reviews to do, and it's getting late. All right, and we're back by YouTube Magic, and we're now going to put the kind of weapon, more or less the shield, so we can kind of fill him out here. And first things first, he has kind of like a Gundam-esque type clip system. So basically inside here, you have like the shield, if you're familiar. Just kind of lower that down. And basically, he's going to go on the side. And like I said, strong ratchet joints, my friends. Strong ratchet joints. You just put it right there. And he just clips right on. And that kind of fills him out, his asymmetrical look. So now he looks even more menacing. And if you want to, Lord, I hope you did not lose him. We will show off a few things here with you in a moment. Pause for the cause. All right, real quick, we're going to show off the sword. So once you get certain parts folded down, you have a sword, sort of like a hilt / gun, where you can kind of do like this and make like a gun pistol thing, but I don't think it really works. And I guess you can pretend like it's shooting stuff out of it, so you can make it do like that if you want, and then you can kind of put it in his hand like this. But he does not have a true gun, so just keep that in mind. Yeah, I know it's kind of a pain in the ass when you're trying to do certain things, but you gotta bear with me, people. Bear with me. So I kind of just move that out the way. You kind of just, it doesn't work to me. I can't get the gun mode, but we're gonna do the sword. So to do the sword, basically you flip the 5mm post back down this way. Now some of the blushing effects you can use to make kind of like his sword has this rupture effect, but it does not do well. But you can do that, and you got you're stuck with this. And basically you just put it in his hand, and you know what? We're pressed for time here. And then, like I said, he does have so you can kind of do that, but it does make the sword a little bit weak. And of course, with the blade, and there's a third-party kit out there, kind of fixes that. So basically, you just want to kind of just do it that way, and it looks better. I mean, the blushing and whatever effects, they're cool, but I mean, but man, he looks good. So let's do some more comparisons, and then let's wrap this bad boy up. Then, of course, we have, let's get the smallest here. We got a deluxe that we can compare him to, of course, and that was the pterosaur. So we get him lined up here. Then there's pterosaur. Ain't gonna stand up very well. Because I didn't turn the feet around in transformation, Ed. There we go. And now he looks a lot better. Wouldn't you agree? Here you go. And he has weak legs, so there ain't really much you can do about it. It's just par for the course. But you can see there, he's big. Like, he's a big boy. And even compared to T-Rex in his robot mode, and these are leader class figures that we're comparing him to, he's monumentally bigger. I should have brought out my Beast Wars second, but I don't know. That could, that's a different size. But as you can see here, compared to even, this guy, he's like towering. He's towering over him, man. Like that is amazing. Let's take a look at that. That's totally amazing. Like I really do like the size of this figure. And that's T-Rex. And then finally, we're going to show off somebody we've been waiting to see for a long time in this video. And a great comparison here to that of Big Convoy, which I'm hearing, and I know for a fact, I know he's bigger, though he's not as short. He should be a little bit taller, but I'm doing the best I can with a figure that is, the mold is, so many years old, but still, he's one of my favorites. He still sits on my shelf, and now MAGMATRON will be sitting on the shelf. But yeah, there they go. And yeah, that is it, man. That's it. That is it right there. Like, that's them boy. You know what I'm saying? Let's get one more group shot for the, for the gram, And Big Convoy can't stand, but he's got, his feet are separated at the bottom, so it's really hard, and if the surface is not right, it just kind of gets in the way. But let's see if we can kind of get him flat-footed. There you go. So yeah, they look good together. They look like they're about to go into battle. Let's get that group shot. Like it looked like they taking a photo. Like, all right, Big Convoy, hurry up, man. They take this photo. All right. There you go. That is it. And this is the review, because this is a lot to talk about. So, how do I feel about this figure? Let me just say he's fantastic. Like, hands down, he's fantastic. I never thought in a million years that we would actually get a MAGMATRON in the modern era without it being some type of nonsense or, something different. But the way that this toy comes together, Hasbro did their thing. I am impressed. I had to do this review because I needed him back in robot mode. I mean, I love the separated modes. It's a little bit of a chore to get there, but when you get there, it's worth it. But I don't think you will be doing that all the time. I still say one of the best commander classes, hands down, will always be Armada Optimus Prime, because the fact that you could pull that thing apart, put it back together, and it doesn't feel like it's work. This feels like work because of the delicacies of the different grades of plastic, but the plastic is very, very good, very dense, very commander class like. I love that they gave us this. I just love that they gave us this. I mean, I never thought we would get it, but I'm glad we got it. And I gotta say that I'm happy. I am pleased. I'm glad we got this. I'm glad that we have him in the modern era. There's so much that was missed. Ah, man, Commander Class suits it well. What are your thoughts? Leave them down in the comments below. Do you want this figure? I know a lot of people say, well, I don't know that about Japanese Beast Wars. That's okay. There's a lot you can do with this figure beyond that, but if you know about Neo and Japanese lore, then this figure will definitely be for you. It's big. It's BV. It looks intimidating, imposing. I'm so glad I done the review because I have to have him in robot mode. It's just something about him. So yeah, it's good to have a modern version. If I do find my OG version, I'll review him. Other than that, though, this is Super Robot Ed, bringing you more news reviews. Till then, we'll see you soon. Bye bye.